Okay, guys, I'm going to do a special report video here. I was considering going live, but there's no need to. I'm just going to record this and put this out there because I want to squelch a few things that I see coming out already. I don't like to jump on things like this that happen right away because there's always another truth present when you see stuff like this. Evidently, the Capitol, a bunch of supposed Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. And supposedly they've been tearing everything up. And supposedly it's a violent protest. They're calling them rioters. Now, whenever Antifa was burning neighborhoods down, they weren't rioters. When Black Lives Matter was destroying their own communities and tearing down businesses and dragging people out in the streets, their own people, and killing people wholesale, killing cops wholesale, running people down, dragging them out of cars, blocking traffic in the highways, that wasn't called rioting. See, that's rioting. Look closer at what these people are doing. Do you see rioting here? I don't. I see something that has been talked about for almost 10 years happening. 5 years ago when I was vlogging, I was telling people there's going to be a civil war in this country. It's going to happen. You can only push these people so far. Last year, I was warning people there's going to be a civil war in this country. You know what you're seeing right now? You're seeing images of 1776 all over again. Now, whether they're destroying anything or not, I don't know. I haven't dug deeper into the details. But just scrolling through and looking at some of the shots they're having, I don't see rioting going on. You know what I see? I see people tired of a government that has taken all the control and wants more. I'm seeing a group of people calling themselves our leaders, most of them not elected by us, but having stolen elections, not just the presidency, but many others, through nefarious means and through trickery and lies, to push an agenda that they've been pushing for over 2,000 years. Guys, this isn't old. This isn't new. This is very old. Now, you're going to see all the channels that we can't trust telling you that they're destroying everything and they're tearing everything up and all this turmoil is going on. However, if that was the case, why would they send because y'all know the National Guard got called out, right? Why would they send unarmed National Guard? None of them are armed. It was a violent protest. If it was rioters, why wouldn't they be armed? The little details tell you what's really going on. I highly suspect, can't prove it yet, but I highly suspect this was a put-up deal. That they're using them storming the Capitol to say, hey, we're tired of this. Y'all need to do something. We elected you. You work for us. The government doesn't run the country. We run the country. The government is the facilitators of that. And we want you guys to change. But what all these like CNBC and all these other news outlets, they're trying to play a narrative. They're trying to push their agenda. I see a whole lot of BS. I see a whole lot of nonsense. I see a whole lot of embellishment in this story. Now, it could come out later that other things are going on. I imagine people on the ground have been doing videos trying to upload to Facebook. And of course, Facebook was already prepared and they were shutting them down, not letting them do that. Their algorithms identify whose side you're on. And if you're not on their side, they're not going to let you post videos. I imagine people have tried to do it on YouTube. This video might not stay up. I don't know. But I'm telling you, there's more going on here than what they're going to tell you. So don't panic. But if everybody remembers, was it almost 2 months ago? I told you guys, be ready. You wake up one morning and your world is different. I didn't say that for no reason. See, people think that only those who are in certain circles know what's going on. What they don't realize is that the average American is a lot smarter than what they think they are. And the average American is more astute and has a lot more access to a lot more information than they think we do. The average American pays attention. The average American has a sense of what's happening. And the average American are those people that are tired of what's going on. They know this election was stolen. They keep saying no evidence, yet there's tons of evidence. They keep saying that there's no proof, yet there's tons of proof. They're doing everything they can to try to steal this election. And the powers that be are going to let them have it. The status quo was changed. When Trump got in office, he didn't play games, and he didn't play their game. The status quo was changed. They don't like that. Because the status quo, as long as it's maintained, means everything stays quiet. They keep their expensive houses and cars, and they keep them fat bank accounts, and have them abnormally long terms when they shouldn't have them. And they get to have their cake and eat it too. Well, now somebody's trying to take the cake away, and they don't like it. We also know, due to the time that it is, we're close to the tribulation. This is supposed to happen. Leaders will rise and fall. It's supposed to happen. Now, there's going to be a lot more that's going to come out of this. There's going to be a lot of people talking a lot of nonsense. Do not listen to what people tell you until you prove it first. Test it. You're definitely going to see, starting probably tonight or tomorrow, you're going to see people putting up videos talking about this from a biblical aspect, siding with the Democrats. They're going to try to use that against us. Test everything. People like me already knew this was coming. People like me had already seen the handwriting on the wall. More is probably going to happen. But whenever people like me tried to warn people, they didn't listen. What do? Stand back and let it happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it. For as long as this country has been a country, there has always been a battle for control. There has always been a fight. There has always been an agenda, and this agenda started 2,000 years ago. Technically, this agenda started 6,000 years ago. It all goes back to Satan and his jealousy of mankind and his desire for control, his desire for power. And this is what he wants. He loves this, and this is all because of him. What do we do as Christians? Here's the whole purpose of this video. What do we do as Christians? Pray. I'll be addressing this in the evening prayer tonight. And we support the people who are standing up for us. We don't support violence. However, I'm not seeing violence here. I'm just saying, if this is a live riot going on, I don't see rioting going on here. And some of the video footage I've already watched, there was no rioting. They're exercising their constitutional rights. See, this has happened multiple times already. It's just that there's nobody alive that remembers it. But you do a quick peruse back through history and you see very clearly what's happened before. Now, I'm going to monitor this situation a little bit more and see if I can find out anything else. But I highly suspect there's a whole lot of other things going on here than what people are telling you. And it'll probably come out in the wash eventually. But there's more coming. There's more that's going to happen. And just like I told you guys almost 2 months ago, settle it in your hearts and prepare yourself mentally and emotionally to wake up one morning and your whole world has changed. I'm not a prophet. I don't have insider information. I can look and see what's going on and tell very clearly what's about to happen. Plus, the Bible warns us about these things and tells us. Men 2,000 years ago warned us about these things and told us to watch out for them and be ready. We need to be ready. Go to your word and go to the Lord in prayer. Don't let this bring you down. If this country falls, it's every single civilization, when it reached its level of decadence, its highest level of decadence, fell. Every one of them. There is no civilization that has existed that reached the pinnacle of its glory that hasn't fallen. America is no different. And it's because we let too many other people who did not have America's best interests at heart have power and have control. And the people who had the power to change things sat on their hands. Even with public outcry, they sat on their hands. There's just not enough of us that are willing to get them together and stand up and say something. Better watch that video quick before it gets taken down from Amir. So, don't let this bring you into a place of fear. We knew this was coming. Don't let this get you freaked out and think you got to go buy a bunch of guns and ammo. We knew this was coming. We're not called to do this right now. We're not called to be a part of this. Our time is coming. But what you can do right now as an active player in this is to pray for the people who are standing up for us. Pray for the people who are fighting for what's right. And pray that the truth comes out. Because no matter what, Satan's going to have his way because this is his world. But there's a new king coming to take his possession back. And we're right on the cusp of that happening. So whatever you see happen today is only for a short time. Because a new day is coming. A new day with a new king. And he has already won the victory. I love you guys. Be safe. Don't take any unnecessary chances. Don't get involved in nonsense. Don't let people drag you into it. And for certainly don't get into arguments. If people want to get into an argument, tell them, hey, I don't know the details. I'm not going to discuss it. Don't let people pull you into an argument that's going to cause a fight. Be the peacekeeper. Just let it happen and watch. And you're going to see probably something pretty amazing. I'll talk to you guys again here in about an hour and a half or 2 hours for evening prayer.